Okay, so we just pulled up to Michael's and I'm about to go inside. Michael's is a craft store if you don't have one near you. And I am gonna be looking for those little plastic jewelry baggies so I can use them for samples for my wax melts to hand out. And I told myself this last night, so the goal today, even though it's raining, well, it's not raining currently, but it will be raining in a couple hours. It's very, very cloudy out right now. And the goal is to walk into businesses and try to hand out my samples and my business cards to people at the front desk. And I'm also going to bring my full sizes of melts too. So just in case anybody wants to buy any. I am also going to be doing like a little deal on some of my melts because I poured the wrong color for one of my scents. So I'm gonna kind of do like a buy one get one free type of deal on it and see if anybody's interested in getting that scent. So we are gonna go into Michael's, we're gonna get some baggies, and we're going to package it all together. I already made the little sample labels to put on it at home earlier this morning. I was designing it since about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. So we're gonna put it all together and see how it goes. I found these from Michael's, and these are going to be used to hold samples of my melts. I don't have an umbrella. I haven't had an umbrella for years. I live in Southern California, so it really doesn't rain that much, but I stopped by Target, which is right next door to Michael's, and I picked up an umbrella, and it's raining pretty hard, so I was able to use the umbrella while I walked out, and it still had the tag on it. So definitely useful for right now. So we're gonna go home now. All right, so I'm back at home and I'm working on making little sample baggies of my wax melts. So what I did was I took the circular sticker paper and I turned them into little wax sample. This is what they are looking like with the samples in them. So I'm just doing 2 blocks per little baggie. And what's funny is I thought that I wanted to get smaller ones than these, but these are actually the perfect size for it. And so I just went through and I printed it out, and we're just doing 4 scents right now. So it's Sunday Brunch, Malibu, Coffee Shop, Vacation Island, and then Pacific Coast Highway. So what I'm gonna do is just break these up and take 2 out at a time. They are gonna kind of crumble a little bit at the ends. And the first one I made, it was really, really messy and I didn't like the way it came out at all. So I'm gonna try to clean up the edges as much as I can just to make them look a little bit nicer instead of having the corners all messed up.
So much time, nothing to do. I'm dropping you texts now. You said you want me when it starts. Being with you just feels right. You said we could meet it when it starts. Sun's about to go down. So what you doing tonight? It's everything I can't think of. Waking up anew. Wasting time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do. I'm dropping you texts now.
So what I do with this is I open it up, and I honestly, guys, I just figured out how to do this like maybe 30 minutes ago or something. I had started doing this, and the first one I did looked really terrible, and I realized I just like them to sit side by side just like that. So what I'm gonna do is strategically try not to get it to touch this edge right here because it will catch on the little Ziploc area. So I'm gonna put that in on the side and kind of push it over to make room for the other one. And then same thing, just try my best to not touch that area. And then Have them sit side by side. And then I'm gonna press it to get most of the air out. I'll show it up closer for you guys so you can see, but this is how I'm doing this. And I like the way it's coming out. I'm really happy with it.
Waking up anew, wasting time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do. I'm dropping you texts now. You said you want me when it starts. Being with you just feels right. You said we could meet it when it starts. Slow down, sun is about to go down. So what you doing tonight? It's everything I can't think of. Waking up anew, wasting time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do. I'm dropping you texts now. You said you want me when it starts. Being with you is feel.
Okay, so I just finished packaging everything up and I'm gonna be leaving. I'm going to eat something real fast because I'm pretty hungry. And then we're gonna get going. I'm really, really nervous. This is how I'm carrying everything. So yes, this is a Pyrex dish holder for taking it to like potlucks and stuff to keep it warm. But right now it is holding my melts pretty well. So these are the melts that I'm trying to essentially not give away, but I'm doing a buy one, get one free on these because I'm changing the color of this scent and I don't wanna just give them away, but I also don't want to just have them sitting around. So I'm going to do a buy one, get one free on those ones and then regular price on these ones. So I have 3 cents of the other ones. I don't necessarily know how I'm going to be exactly going inside, walking in there, if I'm going to just give out the samples and then if I feel comfortable, if I'll mention the products or just kind of depending on what it is. If I go in and say, hey, I'm doing buy one, get one free on these melts with this scent, and then these other ones are $5. So I don't know. I'm just gonna, I feel like my first like 5 is probably gonna be really awkward. I'm used to hearing no at my day job. I sell a lot just every day when I'm working. So it's a little bit different though because people come into my job and I sell them basically upgrades on what they already want. So this is just me walking in and essentially soliciting. So we'll see how it goes.
Time is all I do. But now when I'm with you, so much time, nothing to do.
Okay, I'm about to go into my first business. It's a hair salon and I feel like my heart's gonna jump out of my chest right now. So one of those things where I'm just like, just go in, just do it. The worst they can do is say no. And also like, I don't know, should I bring all these melts? Should I just like, what if they're busy doing hair? What if they're like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm interrupting, like I don't like being rude or like in the way, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna just leave a sample, talk to them about it, and just kind of go from there and see how it goes. Okay, first one down, went in. Nerves are leaving me a little bit, and I think on the next one I'm gonna bring in the Saturday morning cartoons and try to sell that, because with this I was just basically like, can I leave some samples? Okay, cool. And then she asked for a business card, so that was cool. Yeah, not too bad, not too scary. I felt like I wasn't really knowing what I was saying, and I didn't babble, but I don't even remember what I said, to be honest. So we're gonna hit up some more. That was a nice icebreaker, not too bad. So I'm here at the second place and nerves are back, definitely. With this one, it's actually the post office and I have a package to drop off. So I think that's gonna be like a little bit more smooth than me just walking in, but I'm seriously gonna have to get over just walking in. And I think with the next one, I'm just gonna be like, hi, I sell like handmade wax melts and candles. Would you be interested? because you never know. Like, you never know unless you ask. So we're gonna go into 3 places. My nerves are definitely down again, as in I'm not as nervous at all. I left samples at all of the places that I went to, and one of the places I went to, they literally looked at me because I was asking, like, I have them with me, are you interested? And one of the front desk girls was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to buy anything. And she was like looking at the other girl, and I'm kind of like looking at them like they're just like, I don't know. And I could tell that they were uncomfortable, so I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. So I'm like, can I at least leave a sample in my card? And they're like, yeah. So yeah. And then the other one was just this guy sitting at the front desk of a business, and I didn't even. It's weird. It's like sometimes if I feel a vibe of like they're definitely gonna say no, and that's kind of how I feel. Is yes, you want to try with everybody, but sometimes you just know. I mean, sometimes you don't, but sometimes you just know, and you should be asking everybody. But it was one of those things where I was like, I just need to leave a sample right now. So that's what I did. And we're gonna go find some other people to sell to. Okay, so in my head, I'm starting to think that I should have my Etsy shop up before I'm passing out these samples, and that I should just be asking people if they want to purchase, because if people are interested in looking me up and then I actually don't have an Etsy store, I don't know. I just feel like I should have it up first, because with all these places, like, I'm not really getting a chance to tell people, like, really have a conversation. It's more of just asking, okay, like, you know, I'm trying to get used to this, and I honestly think that a lot of my past is kind of backfiring on me, because I'm known at my work of like getting rid of solicitors really fast, and now I'm doing the same thing. So honestly, if I don't get any sales today, that's probably why, just kind of backfiring of my past. So, and also because I'm new at this, and I'm still just trying to figure out exactly what to say and how to say it. Okay, so this girl did the same thing that I do at my work, and it's so ironic that I was just talking about how I'm probably gonna get so much karma from what I've done before with other people that have come into my work. So she did the same thing of, hold on, let me go check the girls in the back, like, let me go ask them. And then she comes up about 20 seconds later, and she's like, no, not today. Okay, sounds good. You know, it's fine. Honestly, I'm probably going to hear 100 no's before I hear a yes. So it is what it is. And honestly, this is just kind of to break the fear of getting out there and talking to people and like trying to market yourself. And that's really what it is. So if you guys are nervous about it, or you guys have a lot of anxiety in regards to actually selling in person, I highly recommend you just give it a try and just do it, because you'll never get past that fear, and you'll never get past that anxiety of trying to get out there and market yourself and talk to people, because it's scary, but it's one of those things where it's, you know, it's, why is it scary? You know, is it scary because you're gonna get hurt? Is it scary because you're afraid of rejection? And if you're afraid of rejection, then having your own business is not necessarily the best thing for you, just because you are gonna get tons of rejection. You're gonna get people who absolutely hate what you have. You're gonna get people who don't get it. You're gonna get people that look at you weird. You're gonna get people who think, why are you even doing this right now? And it is what it is. And then you're gonna find people that love it. So you have to kind of get past it and get through it, and that's what I'm trying to do today. So that's the whole goal of today, is even if I don't make a sale, at least I'm breaking through the shell of the anxiety and the fear that I've had of, you know, walking into businesses and talking to them and trying to promote my business locally. Okay, so I'm back home, and I was out for about an hour and a half. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did not go into as many businesses as I planned on going into, and that's okay. I really wanted to come home and start making dinner. So it's about 3:30 right now, and yes, I make dinner really early, just because my boyfriend and I eat pretty early for dinner. So I wanted to come home, and I also needed to pick up my dog from my dad's house, come home, start making dinner. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. But the consensus of today is that I am so happy I got through kind of that first mental barrier of having so much anxiety over even going out and trying to promote myself and talking about my business, because I actually learned a good amount today in just I think I went to 12 or 15 businesses, and that's honestly not a lot. So if you go out, if you're just starting out and you want to go into 15 or 20 your first time, or even just go into your first one and just kind of get past that feeling of so much anxiety of going in and even talking about it. Because the worst they can do is say no, and I heard no from pretty much everybody, although I didn't try to sell to everybody, and I think that's the difference. But one of the things I was thinking about is that I don't have my Etsy store up. I really just need to get that up, and then I'll feel more comfortable handing out my samples. So I think I wanted to keep a good amount of them. But one of the girls in Ulta who I talked to, she was really nice, and she had taken my business card, and she was like, oh, like, is your Instagram on here? So hopefully she'll follow me on Instagram and then be able to see when I open up my Etsy store from Instagram. So that would be cool. And it gave me an insight on which places I should go into and hand out business cards, and which places are kind of a bust and that I shouldn't even try to go into. So it gave me kind of a good insight on what to look for, and so that was pretty cool. But I hope this video helped you guys and anybody else who's looking to get past that mental barrier, and if that's something that you have ever thought of doing, or something you've never even thought of doing, thinking to yourself, I could never walk into a business and ask them if they want to purchase a candle or a melt or something like that. And maybe that's something that you need to just put yourself out there. And one of my favorite quotes is, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. And that's really something to consider when it comes to business, because you have to put yourself out there. You have to get out of your comfort zone. And I had that feeling, that feeling in the pit of my stomach of just pure anxiety today. And I hated it. I didn't want to walk into the businesses. I didn't want to have to go through with that uncomfortable feeling. But if you push through and you keep going, the easier it gets and the more comfortable you'll become with it, and the more you'll feel a little bit more comfortable even when you're at farmers markets. So if you start with walking into businesses and walking up to people, it'll be a little bit easier when you're at a farmers market and people will come up to you, and you can be a little bit more comfortable when that time comes. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my kind of train of thought as I'm about to go into these businesses and ask them if they want to buy my candle melts or if they want a free sample. So that was definitely a very interesting day, and I'm really glad I did it. It was something that I've been wanting to do for months now, and today just felt like the right day to go and do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel. And then also follow me on Instagram. You'll see firsthand when I open up my Etsy store at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.